This is fantastic. I'm back to see this system. It consists of the RV80 Plus, 3 batteries in parallel, Century deep cycle batteries, a couple of original solar panels on the roof, an EPOWER 2000 watt inverter. These guys have done a great job, a really nice installation. Everything's up spec'd, high quality cables, good quality crimps. It was too good an opportunity to pass up. Adam, you guys have just done an amazing job, mate. Really well done. Congratulations.
Thanks very much, Dave. No, we're very happy with how the installs come out. The RV80 Plus board, as we hoped, has made life a lot easier by having it all pre-wired and ready to go.
Fantastic.
I think the customer's going to be really happy with what they got.
Oh, mate, you could not be impressed with this. Coming in a little closer, I'd just love to give you guys a look at this. Get a load of this. 2000 watts is a lot of current. You can't support that current unless you do it right. And I'm talking here about cable sizing. Everything's done bigger and better. Not only have they ran the cables as short as possible, but they've matched that cable size in their parallel link connectors as well. It's really, really well done. But what we're here for today is to actually go through and do some testing, or more importantly, some setup. And that's where I come in. So to start with, I'd like to show you the DC to DC charger by Enerdrive. This is our EPOWER DC to DC 40 Plus. At the moment, we've got this connected to vehicle input. We're just mirror imaging the vehicle here via a power supply unit, and we're punching in over 40 amps as we speak. And the setup for these is really simple. You'll notice we've got the menu button, set button, select. So I'm going to press and hold menu, and you'll see there we've already set this one to AGM. If we needed to change that, we can do so. We can go to flooded, lithium. Program is really clever too. With program, we can actually dial in really any charge requirement necessary. If you want to go more specific, that's how you do it. But in this case, we're going to go past gel and settle on AGM. So we set that. Then we have an option of output. We can set that up to 50 amps. As long as your supply is big enough, you can go up to 50 amps output. Now, if you set to 50 and your supply isn't big enough, that's okay. This unit will actually limit itself, protecting itself, and ensure that you get maximum output available depending on the install. So in this case, I'm just going to set that to 45 amps. Then we have our L setting. L setting is pretty straightforward. What we're doing there is we're assisting the charger with transitioning from absorption to float. It does get a little technical, and I apologise for those that I'm losing, but it is truly what sets the EPOWER charging solutions apart. We can assist these chargers in finding their way to float nice and quietly, or should I say nice and easily, when there's a load on the battery through the L setting. For more information on that, we do have an EPOWER charger video on its way out in the near future, so stay tuned and keep your eyes open on Enerdrive eTIPS. So we'll just get back in there because I'm yabbering on too much and it's timed out. 45 amps. L setting, we've gone to 9 in this case. I'd like it to be a 3-stage charger. That is, I'd like it to find its way back to float and maintain the batteries in float mode. We're using the normal temp sensor. If we just zoom down here, you'll notice all of our EPOWER products come complete with temp sensors. And those sensors there are an integral part of a good quality charging system, in that it assists the charger with adjusting the output voltage depending on the temperature or the environment that the battery is in. Effectively, if it's hot, we want to derate the charge voltage. If it's cold, we increase the charge voltage. We can do that with high quality temp sensors. And that's all there is to it, guys. That one's ready to go. So we move on over to here. This is our AC charger. We haven't plugged this in yet, but we'll get that done right away. And there's a 40 amp battery charger. The setup is exactly the same as the DC to DC in terms of adjusting it to suit your battery type. Automatic power supply function is really good as well. Basically, when there's a load on the battery while you're in a powered site, you can trust that charger to support the load without compromising the life of the battery. It supports the load in that if you're using, for instance, 10 amps and the battery's full, it will only deliver the amperage required to maintain the load. It will not return to bulk and cause premature failure to your batteries. And that's what you get with EPOWER battery chargers. This is the shunt for our battery monitor. We're going to go into this in more detail when we step up inside, because there's a whole nother facet to this build up inside the caravan which I'd love to show you guys. And then obviously That goes without saying. A 2000 watt EPOWER inverter capable of running up to a 2000 watt load continuous. And once again, there's a few nice little features about that that's actually been fitted up inside of the caravan. So Adam, once again, mate, you guys have just done an amazing job. I'm really impressed with this. Let's step up inside and have a look at what you've done up in there.
Absolutely, Dave. Not a problem at all.
Excellent. Let's do it. Okay, guys, we're inside the van now. Adam, this has turned out fantastic, mate.
Yep, very happy with it, Dave. Look, we've put the controller for the inverter up in the cabinet there. Easy access for the customer to get to, so that they can turn the power on and off from inside the van without having to get out and find the inverter in the middle of the night and turn it on.
So much nicer.
Absolutely.
If you want a cup of coffee with a coffee machine, you do it in here.
Yep.
You don't walk out in the rain.
Absolutely.
Flick the inverter on from the boot space in this case. You do it all from inside.
Yes, that's the idea.
And further to that, they can monitor their battery as well.
Absolutely. And look, and when they don't want to look at it, they close the cabinet and it disappears.
I think it's great. Yeah, really good. I'll give you a look at this, guys. The beautiful thing about the ePower transfer model inverters is they come with a remote switch that's actually fitted to the units, and you can simply undo 2 screws, separate it from the inverter, and relocate it up in the build like this. It comes with the cable required to actually extend the switch out and fit it like you see here, which I think is fantastic. So much nicer for the customer. And then of course you've got the battery monitor. The battery monitor is fantastic. Shows state of charge, so exactly how much percentage is left in the battery, for want of a better word. It's a true fuel gauge for your batteries, really. Voltage in the system. You see a rough indication here. At the moment we're discharging. We've just got the fan in the ceiling that's running off the inverter as we speak. So that little sort of action that you see where it scrolls around to the left is showing a discharge. But of course, if we press these buttons, we can see more. So once again, I've just lit it up by pressing any one button. At the moment, we're using 17.4 amps per hour out of the battery. We've got 17 hours to go, roughly. We haven't opted to connect the temp sensor in this case, but if you wish to do so, it is available. Back to voltage. It's a really clever bit of kit. The thing I love about these monitors is there's so much more information available through the history window. Check this out. In here we can see our average discharge, our deepest discharge, total amp hours removed. So we just, when you find one that you want, so far this system, since it was commissioned, has only used 50 amps. And there's so much more available. Total amp hours charged. You can see it in kilowatts as well, so kilowatt hours there. There's heaps of information. You can see how many cycles you've put it through, how many times you've synchronized it. I think is really important. What that means is the battery getting up to 100%? That's what causes a synchronization. Synchronization means your battery was, at some point, went full. Now, if you've got a good system, solar is correct in size, or your AC charging is correct in size, meaning you're recovering your battery adequately on a daily basis, you'd see that synchronize on a daily basis, and you can see all that through the history menu. So the ePro Plus battery monitor is a part of the RV80 Plus board. It comes standard. You saw the shunt fitted onto the board. This is the display. This is the other half of that equation. This is what really makes it a beautiful product. So with that RV80 Plus board, you've got all the benefits of an all-in-one system, but the luxury of having separate components. And what makes separate components important when you're touring like these guys are, particularly in remote locations, these guys are fossicking, is you maximize reliability, or should I say safety, should something go wrong. You don't have to remove 100% of the system. If that battery charger were to fail, that can be separated. You still have solar input, you still have vehicle charging capacity. In this case, you've still got monitoring as well. You send that back to Enerdrive at Tingalpa, Brisbane. We've got a full-time service team there who are available to assist with any technical problems and warranty inquiries. We get it sorted as soon as possible, straight back to the customer, and you're back on the road again. You couldn't want for better. And I think that's really what sets Enerdrive apart when it comes to the mobile power industry, is how well we support our customers. We're passionate about it. And this is just an example of how we can really sort of join all those dots together and come up with an ideal solution. Mate, Really well done. I'm in awe. I think you've done a great job.
Thanks
Congratulations.
Thanks very much, Dave.
No worries.
No,
Cheers.
really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you.